Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey Sean, I know you want to go out tonight, but I've been thinking about it, and well, I think you're a really nice guy. I'm not really interested in dating at the moment, and if it's okay, I would still like to be friends, but I just really hope you understand that. Thanks. Bye.
Friend-zoned again. Happy fucking Valentine's Day. Alright. Well, since I'm here alone on Valentine's Day, again, let's talk about a sad, tragic love story that's far more depressing than my own to help put me into a better mood. But which one, though? Wait a minute. That's it! Mad Love! A sad, tragic love story that's far more depressing than my own love life! This is perfect! Batman the Animated Series is one of the greatest shows of all time. One of the most notable things about it was that it introduced us to the character of Harley Quinn, the Joker's girlfriend who went on to become insanely popular and has appeared in pretty much everything since then, DC related. Even in places I don't think she should be. Harley is not and should not ever be in the Bat family. Stop trying to make it happen, DC! After becoming pretty popular on the show, there were a lot of questions surrounding her origin, such as how and why did a girl like this end up with the Joker? Well, fans didn't have to wait long, as in December of 1993, we got the release of the comic The Batman Adventures Mad Love, written by Harley Quinn co-creators Paul Dini and Bruce Timm, which was later adapted into the new Batman Adventures episode Mad Love. For today's Valentine's Day special, we will be examining the animated adaptation of this particular story, also written by Paul Dini. It's pretty much a page-for-page adaptation, although there are a few exceptions. For example, the art style of the comic book is more in line with the original animated series, whereas with the animated episode, it's done in the new Batman Adventure style, which I feel is inferior to the original animated style showcased in the original animated series, with the exception of the Scarecrow design, which I feel like that's the one design where they improved upon something. You know what, now that I think about it, at some point I do have to cover the new Batman Adventures on my channel. I already reviewed every episode of the original animated series, so at some point I gotta cover the new Batman Adventures. There is one change from the comic book, which, although small, I think paints a bit of a different picture in terms of Harley's backstory. The comic itself points out that during her college days, that the reason Harley actually passed her classes was that she was fooling around with her professors to improve her grades. On the one hand, this does a good job showcasing that she wasn't really the most qualified for this type of job, hence why she was so easily susceptible to the Joker's influence. Although, I feel that with the animated episode not having this explanation in there, makes the story all the more tragic since we're led to believe that Harley was just a normal psychiatrist before the Joker took over. So, as the episode begins, we see Jim Gordon going in for a dental appointment when it turns out that the Joker is there along with Harley, but is thwarted by Batman, who tells the Joker that he is getting sloppy and predictable. This is also when we get to see more of his abusive relationship with Harley on display here when the two of them escape. Back at their hideout, Joker is trying to conduct some new plans to defeat Batman, and Harley tries to cheer him up by seducing him. But Joker, being the Sigma male that he is, rejects her advances and throws her ass out. What I also like about the scene is it gives us some insight into the Joker's obsession with killing Batman and how it needs to be perfect in his eyes. It also shows that his obsession with Batman takes priority over everything else, including his relationship with Harley. Which Harley never seems to realize. After being thrown out, Harley tries to figure out where her life went wrong. We finally get flashbacks into who she was before she became Harley Quinn. Before she was Harley Quinn, she was Dr. Harleen Quinzel, a psychiatrist interning at Arkham Asylum, looking to study and help the various supercriminals there. This is when she met the Joker, who took an interest in her. While she thought she was helping him out, it turns out that the Joker was instead preying on her weaknesses by telling her a bunch of tragic stuff in his backstory, which is most likely all made up, something Batman points out later on in the episode. This was done so that he could paint himself as a sympathetic figure and make Batman out to be the bad guy. Harleen then falls in love with him and becomes the Harley Quinn that we all know and love today, and the rest is history. After a flashback, Harley decides that Batman is the cause of her relationship problems and decides to get rid of him once and for all so that she can be with her puddin'. She actually does get fairly close to killing him, but Batman is able to play on her insecurities and manipulate her into not going through with it because he knows the Joker's ego would never let her go through with getting the kill. He also points out just how ridiculous the idea of her love for the Joker is, even pointing out the whole sympathy story the Joker gave her earlier on was all made up.
You and the Joker?
Ryder Rooney! I've never seen you laugh before. I don't think I like it. Cut it out! You're giving me the creeps!
You little fool.
Conroy is really great in this episode, and going back and rewatching it makes me really miss the fact that he's gone. He was just the best. It was a real tragedy that we lost him last year, and all the voice acting in this episode in general is top tier. Mark Hamill never misses as the Joker. He's as amazing as always, and of course, Arlene Sorkin, in my humble opinion, still remains the best version of Harley Quinn. Sometimes you just can't top the original. Once Joker shows up, he scolds Harley for trying to kill Batman and pushes her out the window, rendering her unconscious. Afterwards, Joker and Batman get into a fight where we do get some pretty funny lines from Batman.
I knew your massive ego would never allow anyone else the honor of killing me. Though I have to admit she came a lot closer than you ever did. Puddin'.
I like seeing Batman get a little bit of enjoyment pissing off the Joker. Conroy gets to have a little bit of fun here, and it shows on screen. During their fight, Joker gets knocked off the train and disappears. Then the episode ends with Harley getting taken back to Arkham so that she can recover from her injuries, having finally come to the realization of who the Joker really is, and then it's time to let it all go and move on from him. That is until she sees a flower next to her bed that's from the Joker, and she instantly is back to being in love with him again, leaving her doomed to repeat the same mistakes again and again. There's a reason why this episode and the comic itself are so widely regarded and praised. It's an incredible origin story for one of DC's most popular characters. In fact, the original comic ended up winning an Eisner Award. The episode and comic itself has the right blend of dark comedy and tragedy mixed in. There's a lot of heavy stuff in this, especially in something that's primarily geared towards kids. I think that Mad Love is one of the greatest Batman-related stories ever told. Despite how awful Joker is to Harley, their relationship still makes for a really compelling story. It's a fascinating look at how some people can be doomed to live in an abusive relationship and move on from it. Despite everything the Joker has done to her, Harley always keeps coming back for more and more. There's something really sad and tragic about that. Joker only cares about himself and only uses her as a means to an end, while Harley refuses to see him for what he truly is, being forever trapped in an endless cycle, all in the name of a twisted version of what one considers love. I feel so much better now. After talking about Mad Love, I've come to realize something. Even if you're alone on Valentine's Day, things could always be much worse. So for the time being, I'm just going to kick back, relax, take it easy, keep my chin up, try to be positive, and good things will certainly come my way. Oh, sounds like my phone is ringing. Who could that be? Oh, well, what do you know? Look who's calling me back. Probably to change your mind about tonight's plans that we originally had. So if you'll excuse me, I got to take this call and seal the deal. Oh, why, hello there. Calling to change your mind about tonight's plans that we had?
No, it's not that.
Well, if it's not that, then what could it be?
I'm, pregnant.